Taxes. Sometimes they just don't add up. Taxes are a tricky subject for a lot of new sellers, but don't panic, we're here to break them down for you. Hey everyone, I'm Leah from Printify, and I'm here to help you better understand taxes when it comes to selling your products online. Just remember that we're not certified tax experts at Printify, so we strongly recommend that you consult with a qualified tax professional to get specific advice for your business. Now, before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you helpful content like this. Ready? Great. There are 3 types of taxes you may encounter when selling online. Sales tax for orders in the US, value-added tax commonly known as VAT for orders in the EU, UK, and Norway, and Canadian taxes, which, you guessed it, are for orders in Canada. Let's take a closer look at sales tax first. What is sales tax? Sales tax applies only to orders that are fulfilled and shipped within the US. Who does sales tax apply to? Sales tax not only applies to US-based merchants, but also international sellers depending on if any parts of your business has a connection to the US. That could be a physical location, employees located there, warehouse or storage facilities, or an economic presence, meaning you make enough sales or transactions to meet state requirements, which vary from state to state. How do you register and collect sales tax? Once you've determined that you have a connection within a state, you should register for a sales tax permit. This is required to legally collect sales tax in your store. Registration varies by state, so it's best to contact the local Department of Revenue office to find out how to register your business. How does Printify charge sales tax and how is it calculated? Sales tax is automatically calculated for each order based on the zip code in the ship to address. Sales tax differs from state to state and is calculated based on the Printify production and, in some cases, shipping price. Sales tax will not be charged if the merchant has submitted a valid resale certificate for the given state. Sales tax exemption. If you're a Printify merchant, we recommend that you provide us with your resale certificate, aka a sales tax exemption certificate. This is different from a sales tax permit because it allows you to buy products without paying sales tax on the Printify side if you plan to resell those products and collect sales tax through your business. Sales tax only needs to be collected once if those are the same goods. Once you've submitted a valid resale certificate with your business details to Printify, we won't collect sales tax from you. Now let's get into another type of tax you may encounter. VAT. What is VAT? VAT, or value-added tax, is a consumption tax that is applied to orders sold within or between the European Union's member countries, as well as the UK and Norway. This also applies to orders imported to these countries from other non-EU countries, like the US. Who does VAT apply to? There's a strong chance you'll come across VAT charges at some point. Even if you're a US-based seller and only use US print providers, you may have a customer located in the EU, UK, or Norway. In this case, VAT will be added to the order total on the Printify side. How does Printify charge VAT and how is it calculated? The applicable VAT rate will be automatically calculated and added to the Printify order cost. Shipping fees are also part of that taxable amount. The VAT rate can range from 0 to 27% and is calculated based on what country an order is printed in, where it's shipped to, and the country of VAT registration if you've submitted a VAT ID to Printify. VAT exemption. Unlike the US sales tax exemption system, the VAT system does not have exemptions based on how you use the goods. However, if you're registered as a VAT payer in the relevant jurisdictions, you should be able to reclaim the VAT amount charged by declaring the VAT on the invoices issued by Printify to the tax authority. Okay, let's talk about a third type of tax you might come across: Canadian tax. What is Canadian tax? There are 2 main types of indirect taxes in Canada. One charged by the federal government and the other by the provinces. These can be broken down further into 4 separate consumption taxes, and this is how they'll appear on Printify's invoices. There's the goods and services tax, the harmonized sales tax, the provincial sales tax, and the Quebec sales tax. In some provinces, only federal taxes are charged, while others also charge specific tax rates established on the provincial level. GST is charged by the federal government and applies to all sales in all provinces of Canada. It can show up in 2 different forms depending on the province your shipment is headed to, either as GST charged at a rate of 5% or as a portion of a province-specific harmonized sales tax. HST is a combination of GST and the provincial portion of the sales tax. It's applied under the same legislation as GST and to all orders shipped to Ontario, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. PST is a province-specific tax collected in addition to GST. It's applied to all orders shipped to British Columbia, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. QST is a type of PST and only applies to orders shipped to Quebec. Who does Canadian tax apply to? Tax is charged on all orders that are produced and shipped within Canada. In other words, all sales made in Canada, meaning that all items printed and shipped within Canada will automatically be subject to local sales tax. Printify will automatically include tax on all Canadian orders based on Canada's tax policies, and you'll see the appropriate tax on your Printify invoices. How does Printify charge Canadian tax and how is it calculated? Some provinces charge only the federal tax, GST and HST, while others have specific tax rates established on the provincial level in addition to the federal tax. Tax rates in Canada depend on the province your product is shipped to, since each province uses its own tax calculation model. Your Printify invoice summary will show the applicable tax rates depending on the province where the product was shipped. Canadian provinces charge either only GST or GST combined with PST. In provinces with HST, the provincial portion of the sales tax has already been included in the combined rate. Canadian tax exemption. If you're a registered taxpayer in British Columbia, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan, Printify can allow an exemption from PST for merchants in these provinces. When it comes to GST, HST, and QST, merchants cannot be exempt, but you can reclaim these taxes if you're a registered taxpayer. Wow. We've just scratched the surface when it comes to taxes, and we realize that we've thrown a lot of information at you. Unfortunately, that's all part of being a business owner. Fortunately, you have us to point you in the right direction. As we wrap up, let me briefly explain the differences between the three types of taxes one more time. The basic difference between the US sales tax system and VAT is that sales tax only needs to be paid once for the order, while VAT is applied at each stage of an order's production. Canada uses a mix of European-style VAT and US-style sales tax. GST, HST, and QST are all VAT-type taxes, whereas PST is similar to US sales tax. As we are not tax professionals, we recommend reaching out to a tax advisor or local revenue service directly if you're not sure about your jurisdiction. We hope you now have a basic understanding of the different types of taxes you're likely to encounter and how to stay tax compliant while growing and running your e-commerce business. To find more detailed information about taxes, registering, and setting up tax collection on your sales platform, check out the links in the description below for additional articles and blogs. Let us know your thoughts and questions in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe so we can keep you in the loop about other helpful content like this.